Hello everybody, Dan here. Welcome back to Daily Soap. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below because we cover a ton of 90 Day Fiancé right here on the channel. All right, so let's get right into it, guys. Today's story is about Cleo Corraine and Christian Allgood. And if you guys have been following the channel, you know what's been going on with these two. So they broke up, then they got back together, and it appears that they broke up again. And Cleo has been having some, mental health issues. And she posted something that had everybody worrying maybe about a month, maybe 2 months ago. I forget exactly how long ago it was. But she then got the help that she needed, and it appeared that she was okay. And this happened during the time that she got back with Christian. So for a while, they were broken up. She got back with Christian. And then she started experiencing these mental health problems. I don't know if it was a result of Christian or what was going on. But today we're going to give you guys a bit more information about what exactly is going on with Cleo. And let's take a look at this piece right here. So Cleo admits that she can't forgive herself in worrying Instagram update. So Cleo Corraine has become excessively self-critical after her split from Christian. She's struggling to move on. And I didn't really understand why Cleo and Christian got back together. I don't think many people did. I thought, honestly, because for me, I have nothing against Cleo one way or another, but I find Cleo to be a hard person to read and understand. And I do think that she does things that will keep her in the spotlight. I don't know if she wants to admit that to herself, but I really do think that she seeks attention. I think she has some very real issues, but I also think that she seeks attention. And I really thought that her getting back together with Christian was, I think, on both sides, a way to seek more attention. However, now she's saying that she's having a lot of difficulty with her second breakup with Christian. I mean, it was obvious that it wasn't going to work out, right? So did they get back together because they thought maybe that they were going to do the show together one more time? Not exactly sure. So she has a hard time forgiving herself after breaking up with Christian. Cleo's Instagram story reveals her ongoing emotional turmoil and difficulty moving on. And Cleo tried to make the relationship work despite her insecurities, but it ended due to conflicting nature. So Cleo finds it difficult to move on. Cleo is a trans woman who first debuted in 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 Days Season 6 with her American man, Christian. Cleo met Christian online, and the couple took their relationship to the next level by meeting in person in London, England. However, despite their efforts to make it work, they eventually split up due to personality differences and the challenges of being long distance. Cleo announced her final split from Christian on February 5th, 2024. Now, she expressed how difficult it was to forgive herself for ruining her life for somebody else. So she shared an Instagram story in which she talked about her life after the breakup. Although she didn't mention his name, it was obvious that it was Christian, and she expressed how difficult it was to forgive herself for ruining her life for someone else. Even though a month had passed since her split from Christian, she still seemed devastated. She said, "It's hard, and it feels nearly impossible to forgive myself for destroying myself over someone else. I don't even think I'll ever be able to not do that anyhow, so most of the things seem to kind of lose their meaning." And Cleo comes off like a person like that will serially, like she's a serial bad decision maker, I feel like. And she even says it herself. She says she will never not be able to make the mistakes that she made with Christian. Maybe she is just seeking something that isn't there and maybe never will be there with Christian. I don't exactly know, because it was obvious that getting back together with Christian was a disastrous idea, but she did it anyway. She even spoke about it beforehand. So now she's saying, well, I lost my dignity and everything like that because of another man. But everybody knew it wasn't a big mystery. It was the reason why it didn't work out the first time around. So I don't know. Maybe you guys have a way to explain Cleo's behavior, and you let me know in the comment section down below, because it's not often that we have trans women or trans people on the show. And so perhaps you guys maybe know a little more about that in the comment section. Of course, we had Nikki Exotica recently, and that relationship ended in disaster as well. But I really think that was a fake relationship, probably even more so than Cleo and Christian. And so it was obvious that that one was not going to work out either, because that relationship as well had 2 breakups. The first time it didn't work out because, Nikki was trans, and basically she told Justin that she was in the heat of argument, and so that was bad news for their second time around, which also ended in a bad breakup. And so maybe you guys have some theories. Let me know in the comment section what you think about Cleo. Christian introduced himself as a social butterfly. He loves to party and make new friends. However, his girlfriend Cleo, who has autism, prefers a calmer and less stimulating environment. She dislikes being taken by surprise in social situations, and she wanted Christian to be more dedicated to her. Once Cleo felt betrayed when Christian engaged in a conversation with a random American woman at a bar and invited her to Thanksgiving. The couple finally parted ways due to Cleo's insecurities and Christian's extremely outgoing nature. I don't know if Christian's extremely outgoing. What do you guys think about that? You guys think Christian's extremely outgoing? I'm not exactly sure that he is. Maybe just being next to Cleo, he appears to be that way, but I don't know about that. Cleo's story suggests that she's not doing well, despite having a caring mother and supportive friends, and she appears to be dwelling on her failed relationship with Christian. She needs to understand that while the Minnesota native may have cared for her, he wasn't willing to put in the effort to make the relationship work. Cleo's finding it hard to move on, and she should try to see this as her superpower. I'm not sure about that. Despite Christian showing his self-centered attitude, she loved him and even defended some of his controversial actions. So Cleo has been struggling with self-doubt because she had placed her trust in Christian, even defending him against critics who suggested that she should end their relationship. While it isn't unusual for Cleo to feel resentful, it's important that she confront the truth and overpower her negative thoughts. And then it says here that Christian may be a good person. I'm not exactly sure if he is or not. And this is what Christian said, by the way, when they broke up. And this was about a month ago. And this is on Reddit, a post by Aki Geomojo. Christian says that he and Cleo have broken up and are no longer together. I hope she's okay and is surrounded by people who love her. Can anyone provide any context about I only hope her feeling the need to say what she did helps her heal? Is this about something else she posted or said on IG? Let's see what Christian says. So the truth is much more profound than what's being shared with the public. But if I need to be the villain in order to protect someone that I love and care for from themselves, then I will. Cleo and I are no longer together. I decided to end our relationship after a very difficult situation. For her sake and the sake of her mental health, I don't think it's appropriate to discuss the reasons that led me to end the relationship right now. I'm heartbroken that it ended the way it did. In all of this, the only thing that I'm holding on to is the fact that I loved her and never meant for her to feel inadequate or less than, if that is how she truly felt. I was immensely in love with Cleo. That's a lie, Christian. That's a lie. That's not true. Come on. That's BS. Let's be real here. Never was he immensely in love. I don't think he was ever in love with Cleo. And I wanted her for my wife and to follow the dreams we shared together when I asked her to marry me. She was my best friend, and hearing her say the things she didn't exactly convey the truth that I felt we shared as a couple or the scope of how I was feeling. I only hope her feeling the need to say what she did helps her heal. I know she's hurt and upset like I am with how things ended, but I made the decision to begin a process of healing for both her and myself. So Christian, all good. The altruist. You guys read, if you read through the lines there, you can see a whole bunch of gaslighting. Is it just me, or you guys see it as well? There's a lot of gaslighting going on in those words that Christian is putting out there. It sounds extremely narcissistic, and it's like, hey guys, I know that this looks bad for me, but you know what? You guys don't know anything about the story. In fact, I am doing this. I am, taking on the mantle of being the bad guy to protect Cleo. It's not because I am. It's because I want to protect Cleo. And then he goes on to gaslight Cleo with a bunch of things. He's clearly lying about being immensely in love with Cleo. That was never apparent in any of the episodes that I watched. Maybe you guys saw something different, but that's a lie. Wanting her to be his wife. I don't think he ever really meant for that. She was my best friend. And yeah, I think a lot of this is complete BS. And then he goes on to say that I broke up with her because I wanted to start a process of healing for both me and her. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure about that. Like I said, Christian Allgood, the altruist, at least in his mind, here in this post. And then you can see the comments here. I don't really like either of them, but Christian basically proposing, then afterwards walking it back and saying he wants to keep the relationship open. It's coming no matter how you look at it. And his response is super gaslighting. Well, this person sees it just the way that I do. Either way, I'm glad they broke up and hope they both disappear from public. Think Cleo could find someone and be happy if she works on some things. Christian will forever attempt to schmooze younger women and drink himself into oblivion. People seem to agree with that. Wait, did he actually ever propose? Yeah, he legit proposed. She left the U.S. the last time thinking they were actually engaged. I really hope she goes no contact with him for the sake of her own mental health. He's not the kind of person you want to get entangled with if you have mental health issues. He's just not the kind of person you want to get entangled with, period. This person says, and somebody else says, which I actually thought about this. He reminds me of Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. And that's interesting because I've actually thought that before. So you guys will let me know what you think about that. And of course, there's a lot of comments that he's an incel. And, you know, I don't know how, maybe I don't know enough about this whole incel culture, but if a guy is trying to date women actively, then I don't know how he can be involuntarily celibate. Maybe he's just giving off those vibes. And we've had similar comments about other people like Mike Burke and some others as well on the show. But yeah, a lot of people seem to kind of wave that comment Christian's way. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about this whole thing. So, you know, Cleo not doing well even a month after the breakup. She seems to be attached to Christian. And I don't know if that's because she truly loves Christian, or perhaps she can't move on because maybe she just doesn't have other options out there. When you break up with someone, ideally you want to find somebody else, because otherwise you're going to start feeling lonely, feeling a bit depressed, feeling like you're unwanted. And so you want to find somebody else. And I don't know if Cleo is able or, you know, has managed to do that. She does need counseling. She does need family, and she does need friends that can kind of help her move her along, really end this whole charade with Christian that was never going to work out. Find someone that's meant for her. It's not Christian, and live her life, hopefully happier than she is now. Because even though I'm not exactly sure if Cleo, like I said, I think she does things for attention. I think she enjoys it. You know, when she wrote that note about, you know, not being okay with living and stuff like that, a lot of people weren't sure if it was a call for attention or not. And Cleo kind of puts everything out there, all her emotions out there, and it makes people question whether what she is saying is truthful, or if she's saying it because she knows she's going to get attention. And so perhaps she should keep her life a little bit more private so that it doesn't get people talking or wondering about her intentions, and if she's being truthful, and try to work on herself and, you know, perhaps find somebody other than Christian. So that's the video for today, guys, about Cleo and Christian. A minor update about their lives, what happened after their latest breakup. And if I had to take a guess, guys, I will say that I wouldn't be shocked if Cleo and Christian got back together at some point. And I also wouldn't be shocked if the reason why they broke up this time is because maybe if they thought if they got back together, TLC was going to come calling on the phone, asking them to come back on the show, and perhaps that phone call never came, and so the relationship dissolved. Because like many other relationships, it seems like today a lot of relationships are meant only for the show and are not real. So I wouldn't be shocked if that was the truth in this case either. You guys let me know what you think about all of that in the comment section down below. Hope you guys did enjoy this update about these two. Please give the video a big thumbs up. If you did, hit that subscribe button down below for more content right here on the channel, and I will see you guys very soon. Take care.